power of the Six-Meridian Divine Sword in Duan Yu's hands. Invisible blade. Supreme lethality. In Jin Yang's world of martial arts, where legends are written in blood, steel, loyalty, and deadly force, where every supreme technique is a saga of its own, the Six-Meridian Divine Sword shines like a blazing sun in the vast sky of the martial realm, illuminating the path of true heroes. Unlike conventional weapons, this supreme art requires no steel blade in hand, yet can release sword energy sharp enough to shatter mountains, pierce stone, slice through iron, and take a life with a mere flick of the finger. And when this invisible sword is unleashed by Duan Yu, a seemingly gentle and refined young man, the sword energy transforms into thunder, shaking the martial world and upending the balance of power. Duan Yu, the crown prince of Dali, is not a warrior by nature. He is a scholarly, romantic soul with a gentle disposition, untainted by worldly desires or thirst for fame and power. Yet fate, like a celestial thread, intricately wove itself into each step of his destiny, thrusting him into earth-shaking battles. On his journey, he did not learn martial arts the conventional way, but rather stumbled upon supreme techniques. Northern Darkness divine skill, graceful step upon the waves, and ultimately the Six-Meridian Divine Sword. Each a legendary art of unparalleled power. Especially the Six-Meridian Divine Sword, a national treasure of Dali, was traditionally reserved for royalty, and even among them, few could master it. Yet Duan Yu, thanks to his pure inner energy and the extraordinary ability to absorb others' energy via Northern Darkness divine skill, achieved what no one else could, simultaneously wielding multiple meridians of sword energy without succumbing to inner turmoil. To others, the Six-Meridian Divine Sword is a double-edged blade, unmatched in lethality, but demanding overwhelming internal strength. In Duan Yu's hands, however, this supreme art becomes wings on a tiger, a dragon riding heavenly clouds, an ultimate weapon that decides life and death in a blink, altering fate with a single finger snap. The name Six-Meridian Divine Sword is no exaggeration. It refers to 6 meridians, corresponding to 6 fingers, each releasing a different stream of sword energy. Lesser Shang, Shang Yang, Middle Rush, Pass Rush, Lesser Marsh, and Greater Yin. Each bears its own aura, its own killing intent, without fixed moves, unrestricted in form, yet sharper than blades, faster than sabers, and more forceful than palm strikes. With inner strength flowing, the sword energy shoots out from the fingertips like lightning from the heavens, invisible yet terrifyingly deadly. No master can anticipate its path, for it follows no pattern, obeys no style, originating purely from the mind, the will, and the depth of internal power. When the Six-Meridian Divine Sword is combined with graceful step upon the waves, a movement technique as fleeting as mist, appearing and vanishing like a ghost, Duan Yu becomes a true nightmare of the martial world. On one side, his form drifts like vapor, impossible to grasp. On the other, his sword energy lashes out like divine thunder, impossible to block. Thus, whenever Duan Yu unleashes the Six-Meridian Divine Sword, his opponents feel as if they've stepped into hell. A single sword beam pierces solid stone, slicing through steel like mud. 2 streams crisscross mid-air like dragons and phoenixes dancing in harmony. 3 streams converge into a sword formation, trapping enemies in a storm of lethal aura. When forced to demonstrate this supreme art at Tianlong Monastery before martial elites like Murong Fu, Xu Zhu, Yu Tanzi, and Qiao Feng, Duan Yu had no desire to fight. But once he acted, the world held its breath. One pointed finger split a stone pillar like brittle wood. One beam of energy shattered swords like children's toys. No one could believe that a refined youth with no weapon could release such terrifying sword energy. During the grand battle at Shaolin Temple, when the 3 sworn brothers, Duan Yu, Xu Zhu, and Qiao Feng, faced hundreds of martial masters from various sects, it was the Six-Meridian Divine Sword that turned the tide. A single stream of sword energy from afar struck down enemies before their blood had time to flow, before a final breath could be drawn. What makes the Six-Meridian Divine Sword divine is its invisibility and formlessness. There's no sword to be seen, no blade path to track, no set move for the enemy to predict or counter. The sword energy is released from acupuncture points, unrestricted by length, unfettered by shape, and silent, giving no warning before it strikes. A single stream can pierce 3 layers of wood, destroy an opponent's defensive energy field, shatter weapons in the hands of masters, and, most crucially, instill sheer dread before battle even begins. It is the ultimate form of formless defeating form, guiding energy with thought, launching sword strikes from the heart, winning without fighting, dominating without resistance. Duan Yu, a man averse to killing, was gifted with a supreme lethal aura. When he made a move, the martial world fell silent, not from fear of cruelty, but in awe of the overwhelming presence, the divine energy that seemed to walk straight out of legend. Thus, in his hands, the Six-Meridian divine sword transcended martial arts. It became a symbol of miracles, of martial genius, of power hidden beneath a scholar's appearance. And later, when he ascended the throne, passed on the crown, and withdrew from the world, people still whispered the saying, "One stroke of the Six Meridians, and the world changes color." What truly made Duan Yu unmatched was his synergy between the Six-Meridian divine sword and the Northern Darkness divine skill, a technique that allows the absorption and transformation of others' inner strength into one's own. With this, his inner power became virtually endless, never running dry, allowing him to use the Six-Meridian divine sword with terrifying frequency, draining enemies of strength and flooding them with fear. Combined with graceful step upon the waves, Duan Yu became a mirage on the battlefield, his sword energy the scythe of death, every appearance a judgment of life and death. The Six-Meridian divine sword, an unwieldy treasure in other hands, became heaven's sword in Duan Yu's, a radiant light that cut through darkness, a supreme martial art that shook the world. Invisible yet sharper than steel, silent yet deadly, without form yet invincible. Its power is immeasurable, its might eternal in martial history, a sword light that birthed the legend of Duan Yu, the unarmed scholar who shattered the world with a flick of his finger.